Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. We're celebrating 25 years and 1,300 episodes today on Babbie's House. We've got friends, we've got family, and we've got cake, and you're invited to the party. Stay tuned for a wonderful celebration here on Babbie's House coming up right now.
Every day is filled with possibility. At Babbie's house, Babbie's house, everybody is family. Welcome to Babbie's house.
Hello and welcome to Babbie's House, where everybody is a member of the family, and that certainly includes you. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Babbie Mason, the host of the show, and I've been the host of Babbie's House for 25 years and 1,300 episodes, and it has been a wonderful experience sharing Christ and sharing my music, sharing my story. And today I've got great friends and family in the house today as we celebrate 25 years of what God has been doing right here on Babbie's House. So stay tuned for a wonderful look back to the past, great stories. I've got family on the set, and so many wonderful things are going to happen during this episode, so stick around for all of that. One of my very special friends, Donna Douglas Walkley, is one of my guests today, and she and I have been writing songs since 1984, and this is one of my favorites. It's called Love Like That. What would it mean to that single mom to get some money in the mail? Or pay a visit to Mr. Jones, whose health has begun to fail, just to shine a little light? Tell him it will be alright. And what about that lonely child who's never had enough? Got a kind and encouraging word for that girl who's given up. Oh, what a difference it would make just to bless somebody's day. Teach me to love like that. Tell me what to say to help my neighbor. Teach me to love like that. Show me what to do to make things better. Maybe it's the feeling or plant a seed, or give where there is lack. I wanna be like you, Lord. Teach me to love like that. Maybe it's delivering a pretty bouquet to that lonely little lady, or paying a bill for an out-of-work dad who wonders if he'll make it just to hear somebody out. Relieve them of some fear and doubt. Surprise that man on a fixed income by taking him to lunch. Or maybe it's to babysit for that mom under a time crunch. Oh, you just never know how you can touch some weary soul. Teach me to love like that. Tell me what to say to help my neighbor. Teach me to love like that. Show me what to do to make things better. Maybe it's to fill a need, or plant a seed, or give where there is lack. I wanna be like you, Lord. Teach me to love like that. I don't just wanna see the need, but I wanna be there. Let me be the answer to someone's prayer, to someone's prayer. Teach me to love like that. Teach me to love like that. Maybe I could feel I just want to love like that. Maybe I can feel the need, or maybe you can plant a seed, or give where there is love, Jesus. I want to love like that. I just want to love like that. If I could just help my neighbor, oh, help me to make things, I want to make things better. If I could just shine my little light, oh, tell them everything will be all right. I want to stand in the gap. Lord, teach me to love like that. Well, welcome to Babbie's house, where everybody is a member of the family and the friends have gathered in because we're celebrating 25 years of doing Babbie's house. Yes, 25 years. What an amazing, amazing accomplishment. Thanks to the Lord who has allowed me to do this. And my dear friend Vanessa Mitchell helped me write the very first theme song to Babbie's house. And actually the second theme song, my son Chaz helped me to write and helped me to arrange and produce the vocal. And I think you got a credit on that as well. So when the credits roll at the end of the show, watch for his name. But we're all here to celebrate 25 years of doing Babbie's house. And I've invited friends and I've invited family. And we're just going to take a, just a look back at all the role. You know what I'm saying? All of the stories, because that's what you do when you have an anniversary. When you have a party, you invite friends and family. So let me introduce my friends and my family. Now, this is Chaz. Of course, we're all family here. And I think most of you all knew Chaz when he was just a little fella. But this is my son, Chaz. And Chaz has developed into a fine singer-songwriter. And it wouldn't be a party without family. So thanks for being here, Chaz.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And my friend Donna Douglas Walkley, we all go all the way back to 19. When I met you, I was pregnant with him. Now
Yes, you were.
Okay,
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? When I met you, I was pregnant with him. And we met, and we'll tell that story here in just a moment. Donna Douglas Walkley and my friend Skip McDonald. Skip and I met with the possibility of me teaching you some voice lessons, but that never happened. But we became long, hard and fast friends and wonderful prayer partners. And Skip, you have watched my back. You've stood in the gap for me for many years. And we just have to have you on the show to just thank God for our friendship and our kinship and our prayer relationship. My friend Nancy Sutton.
There are no words.
There are no words.
Lots of pictures.
There are lots of pictures, but no words to describe. We went to church together. We were neighbors. And we'll talk about really how we became hard and fast friends. It was a funny...
I thought it was bosom buddies.
That too. That too. And I remember, well, we'll start with you, Nancy. I remember we lived over the neighborhood in East Cobb.
I lived on Powers Ferry, you on
And
Little
we lived
John.
on Little John Trail, not too far from
Right
one
on
another,
to
within
our
a couple of
church.
miles. We went to church together. But what really solidified our friendship was a funny episode
little homeless child.
that involved Chaz. So tell us about that story.
So Chaz was a little bitty fella, and I don't know
Probably
where
in,
you were going to school.
Like 3rd or 4th grade.
But my son went to Eastside Baptist Christian School, where we went to church, and I was on my way to pick him up from school, and I go by Little John and on Little Road, and there on the corner stands Chaz with this little backpack.
He's about 7 or 8.
No, he was little. And I pulled in. I said, Chaz, what are you doing here on the side of the road? I don't know. Where's your mom and daddy? I don't know. Is there anybody at home? I don't know. So I said, get in the car. We ran up to the church, got my son from school, came back to your house, called the ministry office, which was
around
Terrell
the
Mill
corner.
Road at the time, and you were there. And somehow or another, Chaz Mason didn't get home from school with the note that it was early release day.
Exactly.
for his mom
It was
and
like
daddy.
parent-teacher, week, and the note didn't make it home from out of the backpack. and that's how he got left on the corner. But thank God he was rescued by somebody who really cares. And when she delivered my child, you know, to the office, and it's like, you know, I knew her from church, but then what are you doing with my baby? And, well, I saw him on the corner. On the corner? What in the world?
She did not get nominated for Worst Mother of the Year that year.
That year, yeah. Another year maybe, but not that one. So thank you for rescuing Chaz. He's still here. Safe and sound.
Made it.
You made it. You made it. And so thanks for rescuing Chaz. But I think a lot of these stories have a lot to do with Chaz, because when I met you in 1982, it would have been 1982. He was born in 1983. I was very pregnant with Chaz, and it was in the middle of the summer that I met you. And the cantaloupe that summer was the best cantaloupe in the world. Do you remember the Big Star grocery store here in Atlanta? And they had cantaloupe on sale. I went over to the Big Star to pick me out a ripe cantaloupe, and I see Donna Douglas there standing at this big mound of cantaloupe doing the routine, you know, the method where you're finding the right one, and she's thumping and sniffing, doing the thump and sniff method, trying to find the right one. And I walk up to her, and you know, I love to engage strangers, so I walked up to Donna and I said, how do they feel?
Did she jump?
No, actually, no, she's very engaging. Donna's my best bud, and she's very engaging. And so you can take the story from there, because I had sung at your church a couple weeks prior to that.
Yep. I was sitting in a balcony, and you're about an inch tall, so you looked a little larger in person, and I put it together that I had heard you sing, so I started talking about my love for music and writing as well, and we decided that when you had Chazzy, after you had Chazzy, that we would get together and start writing, which we did and have continued to do for 40 You're 40, aren't you?
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
am.
40 now.
Yeah, so 40.
That's how we
I
mark
guess,
our
yeah.
40
friendship.
years, that's how, yeah.
Guess they know now. Guess they know.
Yeah.
Single?
Sorry.
Single?
I know, right? And some great songs,
But he doesn't,
too. Great
but
songs.
he doesn't look it. Yeah, as a matter
Great,
of fact.
amazing songs,
Back in the day when we all lived in the same neighborhood, because we all basically, now, Skip, you didn't necessarily live in our proximity, although you were in our fellowship of friends. But we, the three of us, lived within a couple of miles of one another. And so, Donna, I mean, either I was at your house writing or you were at my house
We wrote
writing.
in our pajamas with their coffee.
We wrote every day.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I'd spend the night at your house. If we got snowed in and I was at your house, it was no big deal. I was within a couple of miles. But we wrote every day. And I remember when Chaz started writing songs, and his songs were really good. I mean, really good. And I said to him, I said, Chaz, who taught you how to write like this? I mean, we never sat you down and showed you how to craft a lyric and how to craft a melody. And
You didn't go to the Babbie Mason music seminar?
no, he did.
Okay.
Well, I think maybe he did, but as a kid, you know, but he never was a contestant in our competition or anything like that. And I asked him, I said, Chaz, how did you learn to write like that? And he said, but running through the room, watching you write with Donna and watching you write with Cheryl and watching you write with Turner, and it stuck. And today, Chaz is a really, really fine songwriter. Wow.
I remember one day when he was probably about 4, we were writing in the living room, and he was just walking through, and I said, Chazzy, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said, a baseball player. And I said, a baseball player? I thought you would want to be a singer. And he said, I'm already a singer.
Nobody's ever said he didn't have a lot of confidence.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. You know, Skip, as a singer and as a person in music industry, it's always really, really fun when I can look out in the audience and I can see those faces that kind of, you know, are at every concert.
They have a name for that now.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, it's like Diesel Sniffer or something like that. But anyway, Skip, you would show up at a lot of Babbie Mason concerts. And it's just really, really cool to know that I had that kind of friendship and support system from people like you. Now, tell us how we first met, because it was kind of interesting how we first met.
Yeah. I just heard about this Babbie Mason, I don't remember how, that you could sing and maybe I could take voice lessons from you.
Okay.
I remember you were still teaching, and some kind of way I got a hold of you, and
She will
ask
answer the phone.
if I could, we could work this out where I could take voice lessons, and that never happened. But I started following you everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it was just so fun to see
Yeah.
Skip. And then Skip, over the years, you and I have established a real sweet friendship. And you are a life coach, and you are a prayer warrior. And every once in a while, you'll just call me up and just say, the Lord brought you to mind.
Yep.
Just want to let you know I'm praying for you today. How can I pray for you? And we have another one of our wonderful conversations. So, so talk to me, about just the importance of kinship and friendship and what that means to you.
Yeah, it's so important, and I find it, I don't even know the word, that I felt such a kindred spirit with you,
Yes.
even though we didn't talk every day or I didn't see you every day, and I think the Lord just connected our spirits together, and you just became really important to me.
Yeah,
and so friendships, growing up an only child, so my friendships were really
I
important.
don't even know that I knew that.
Yeah, I was it. And so as I got older, and more mature, you're more mindful of your friendships, the
Yeah.
people you have around you.
The treasures.
The kind of people you want to have around you.
Yeah.
And it's highly important to me. So I have this amazing spiritual family that
Well,
I'm so
thank you for being
thankful
on the
for.
show today.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking a lot about you, Chaz Mason.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's your anniversary or mine.
Or yours. I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, we are, look, you are, you're an apple from the tree, and you have just grown up in this music ministry and a life of music. And I remember, when you were just 2 years of age, I think probably still in like a onesie. I mean, you were on stage singing with our friend.
I'm happy.
With Gary Harris.
Happy.
Happy.
That was like your first song on stage. Happiness is a choice. Well,
Gary, how we can be
Yeah,
happy.
we
That's
can
funny.
be happy.
that was your line to Gary Harris. Gary, how can we be happy? But for a 3-year-old, it's like,
Yeah,
Gary, how we can be happy?
Everybody knew what he was saying, though.
Yes, and it was just so
it's
cute.
so good.
And we do have the videotape
You
of that.
still cute, Chaz.
Yeah, you are.
Do we?
Still a pumpkin.
Fine.
Still a pumpkin
Fine,
head.
cute.
But Chaz, you have developed into a fine singer. And I know a lot of this that's happening here on the stage has been an influence for you. So just tell us a little bit about what you've been doing, and you're back home in Georgia after a long period of time being out in LA.
Hallelujah.
Yes, I spent the last 14 years in Los Angeles, just singing and touring. I got to sing behind and do support for a lot of A-list celebrities. A lot of people may know.
Pharrell.
Kanye West, Mariah Carey, John Legend, to name a few. But yeah, now I'm just, back in Atlanta for a little bit. I'm not sure how long if this is
Don't break your
short
mama's
term
heart
or
now.
long-
No, I'm
or long term.
I'm tying a rope around you and putting a stake in the ground.
But just producing a lot in the studio, writing. I do vocal contracting. I'm producing an artist named Truth Hurts right now. Our album's coming out soon. I am, I don't know, always doing something. Always working with a lot of artists. A lot of the kids from the Sunday service choir I have produced and written with. So I'm
And
always
helping to lead
going.
worship at Eastside Baptist
Also
Church
leading
on
worship
Sunday.
every Sunday at my home church that I grew up in at Eastside Baptist. That they have
in Marietta, Georgia.
kind of looped me in there since day one.
He visited one Sunday, and the next Sunday he was on the worship team. it was just that fast. Now, I know you're not scheduled to be, we didn't do a sound check for you to sing on the show, but I'm going to put you on the spot because I want our viewers to hear you sing, and I want my girlfriends to hear you sing who probably haven't heard you sing in a long time. Can you do like one chorus of Goodness of God, and I'll harmonize with you?
This will be fine.
Sure.
You sing the melody, and I'll sing the harmony.
How's the song go?
All my life, you have been faithful.
All my life you have been faithful.
Yes.
All my life you have been so good.
sing of the goodness of God. I will sing
of the goodness
of God.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That is beautiful. I know that's right. And now listen, Chaz and I have, over the years, have been doing a lot of writing, and I'm scheduled to working on a new project. So many wonderful songs that I've recorded over the years that have really impacted people's lives. But one of the finest songs that I do plan to record again, and probably one of the very first songs that you wrote when we struck up our friendship, was He'll Find a Way.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a great, great song.
Thank you.
And I want you to just kind of talk about how God has found a way in your life, because He has. I mean, you are a 4-time cancer survivor, and you were single for many, many years, and God blessed you with a wonderful husband. And so just talk about God's faithfulness in your life over the past 25 years.
Well, I do remember at one point in one of my cancer bouts that you called me often, and you called me one time and said, I want you just to listen to your song, He'll Find a Way, because you wrote it for others, but I believe today God wants you to listen to it for yourself. And the chorus says, if He can paint a sunset and put the stars in place, if He can raise up mountains
Yes.
and calm the storm-tossed waves, if He can conquer death forever to open heaven's gates, I know for you He'll find a way. And I think that's a message that so many people need to hear on a daily basis. They need to be reminded that we serve a great big God
Yes.
with a great big plan, and He'll walk you through the good times, the bad times, the hard times, and He's with you on the mountaintops during the good times too. But I think we all need to, when we're in the crucible, we all need to be reminded of what a great big God we serve, and that He will find a way.
And He is so faithful.
And baby, you recorded that song on Billy Graham Crusade.
I recorded the song and sang it at Billy.
Before your daddy passed.
Yes.
And the show, the Billy Graham Crusade, aired while you were
the Monday
home
after his
with
funeral.
when your daddy was passed, and you were able to minister to yourself
Absolutely.
on that crusade.
And we'll
with
talk
that
more
song.
about wonderful stories when we come back after this break with more celebration. 25 years here on Babbie's House. After this break, we'll be right back with more. Welcome back to Babbie's House. I hope you have enjoyed this wonderful celebration of 25 years here on Babbie's House with my great friends and family, Chaz Mason, Donna Douglas Walkley, Skip McDonald, Nancy Sutton. Wonderful stories of God's faithfulness, and I believe He's faithful in your life as well. Listen, I want you to do me a favor and visit my official website at Babbie.com, first name only, Babbie.com, and let me know that you've seen the show. And just send some birthday wishes, some anniversary wishes to Babbie's House, and we'll give you a shout out on one of our upcoming shows. And listen, I want you to email me, Babbie@Babbie.com. Check me out on social media. And while you're there on the website, you'll see the Listen Live button for Babbie's House. Click Listen Live and listen to Babbie Mason Radio. Well, the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make His face to shine upon you and give you peace. That is our prayer for you. Until the next time we get together, we'll see you next time here on Babbie's House. God bless you.